Everybody, JC here from Toy News International, and as you can see, I'm back in my hotel room and I'm shooting a quick video because I just wanted to give you a recap of all the Marvel Legends reveals. This is going to be a very informal video. I've only been going on about 3 hours of sleep in the last 24 hours. It's been a long day. I'm losing my voice, so bear with me. And I got a long day tomorrow as well. But a lot of exciting stuff was revealed today, not just Marvel Legends. We got a cool reveal from Storm Collectibles with a DC comic-based, video game-based Lobo figure. And then also Funko surprised us with some Thundercat figures, 5-inch vintage style Thundercat figures, kind of like those Mortal Kombat figures they did. Diamond Select Toys had on hand their 7-inch real Ghostbuster figures, so I know a lot of you have been excited about those, and so we're getting our first look at those. And if you go to Toy News International and Marvelous News and stuff, there'll be images for all these things. I'm not going to focus on that today. Again, I want to talk about Marvel Legends. Real quick though, Transformers, there was a Predaking revealed. We knew Predaking was coming, but we get our first real look at it. And then also for Star Wars, they are doing a Jabba sail barge for the vintage collection line, the 3.75-inch vintage collection line. Now this sucker is going to cost $500, and it's going to be 4 feet long, I believe they said, the largest Star Wars vehicle they've ever done. And they're doing it as a crowdsourcing type thing. Essentially, they need, I think they said 5,000 people to buy this thing before they're able to go forward. Basically by April. It's up for essentially pre-order now on a special Hasbro site. And I'll put a link in the video description below for that if you want to check it out. It's definitely detailed. It's going to come with a Jabba the Hutt figure, and the thing is huge. So if you got that kind of space to display something like that, and you've got that kind of money to spend, you definitely probably want to check that out. Okay, but for Marvel Legends now, we got a lot of reveals today, so I want to go over these fairly quickly, and again, there are images up at marvelousnews.com, so if you want really detailed looks at all this stuff, head over there. But they announced for the Riders Wave with the motorcycles, we're getting a Logan figure with motorcycle, and that's going to come with an alternate head with an eye patch. So if you read Wolverine back in the day, he would go around Singapore and call himself Patch, and he wore this eye patch. So we're getting that alternate head to go along with that, which is pretty cool. Now, for those of you who are hoping we were going to get a Professor Xavier with hover chair, I asked about this. I did think it was going to be coming, and I still do. Basically, they told me wait and see, so we shall wait and see. Hopefully, maybe at San Diego Comic-Con. But again, I do feel like that is something that's in the works. For the Spider-Man wave, I told you about this a couple weeks ago, and the rumors did turn out to be true for this. So we're getting House of M Spider-Man. We're getting the modern Scarlet Spider. We're getting Cloak and Dagger for the first time in Marvel Legends 6-inch scale. The all-new, all-different Daredevil, not to be mistaken with the Shadowland Daredevil. Then we're also getting Elektra, a modern Elektra figure. The Build-A-Figure is SPDR is what it's called. It's a mech suit. It's from the Spider-Verse storyline, I think. I'm not familiar with it. It's cool looking, but I'm not really familiar with the character. And then also in this wave is Dr. Octopus. Now, the thing I want to note about this, because I'm sure many of you are going to be asking, is his arms are not bendy wire, so basically you can move them around on the different holes on the back. It's got 4 holes, and you can basically plug the tentacles in any of the holes, and the tentacles are of different sizes and shapes, so it's not like it's 4 of the exact same tentacles, but they do not have bendy wire, so unfortunately that was not included in the figure. Okay, moving on to the X-Men wave. So we got the rest of that wave confirmed. This is the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave. We'd seen most of these figures, Multiple Man, Storm, Tiger Stripe Wolverine, Psylocke, and now also announced is the Build-A-Figure, or not, we already knew the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse. So we are getting our first look, in-hand look of Apocalypse, because they didn't have them at the previous conventions. But the new figures are Magneto in a black and red costume, which looks pretty sweet, and then Sabretooth, and not the original look for Sabretooth, but like his 90s look Sabretooth, which looks pretty good to go along with the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. And again, we pretty much already knew those figures, but those are now confirmed. The Venom wave, we got to look at the Venom and Carnage, and both of those figures are going to come with alternate unmasked head sculpts. Now, I do think that the Eddie Brock head sculpt on this figure looks a little too big. The Carnage head sculpt, the Cletus Cassidy head sculpt does look really good though. So hopefully maybe they can tweak that Eddie Brock head. It looks good. It just looks too big on the figure in my opinion. Also, we're getting Scream, so we are getting one of the female symbiotes that I was hoping for. And we're getting Poison. It's a newer character. I'm not really familiar with him. We're getting Spider-Ham, which is a very small figure and honestly doesn't look terribly articulate. I like Spider-Ham. It's a cool figure, but it's kind of a small figure to get on its own, but I guess it is. It does come with an alternate pork rind head, so that's kind of cool. Now, we still have some more reveals for this wave coming later this year, so we still don't know all the figures in this wave, but definitely more to come, and there will be a Build-A-Figure in this wave. For the Deadpool wave, so this is the second Deadpool wave coming this year. We already knew Omega Red. Now with Omega Red, his tentacles, or the things that come out of his hands, are removable. Again, they do not have bendy wire in them, but they are removable. And then Dwight, though he didn't know 100%, he thought it would come with an alternate pair that are shorter, like kind of just starting to come out of his hands, so you could switch it up with that. But those are removable, but do not have bendy wire. And that is a new sculpt. It does have the ankle rock, or has the shoulder rockers on it with that larger sculpt. So it is a new figure. Some of you had caught that in the images, and that was confirmed to be true. And then other figures in this wave: Lady Deadpool, we knew the X-Men Deadpool, we knew Bishop. We're getting Bishop, classic Bishop with the mullet, so that's coming. And I don't think, at least they didn't say it was going to have an alternate head, like a bald head like the Toy Biz version, but I could see maybe them throwing that in. And then pantless Deadpool. So I guess they liked Figma's idea with Deadpool without the pants, wearing the boxer shorts. So now we're going to get a Marvel Legend version of that figure. And he's got pink slippers that he's wearing. Now, the Build-A-Figure for this wave is going to be from the Savage Land, Sauron. So, I know a lot of you have been looking towards getting that character. So he is coming in Marvel Legend form. Okay, real quick for you 4-inch collectors. There were a couple reveals for you guys there. Basically, they're continuing with the video game theme like we saw last year with Marvel vs. Street Fighter. So we're getting some sets of those, another Marvel vs. Street Fighter, and then Contest of Champions and Spider-Man video game figures. So the Marvel, I only looked at these quickly, so the Marvel ones seem to be mostly kind of reissues, like that Black Widow figure we've seen before and stuff, but we're getting like a 4-inch Ryu and stuff, which is kind of cool. So that's really all we got for 4-inch fans, or 3 3/4 inch, unfortunately. I did ask Dwight about them in a Q&A session, but really didn't have much information. They're always looking at things to do, but no, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more movie 2-packs in the near future. So no Black Panther 2-packs, no Infinity War 2-packs for the 4-inch line. Okay, moving on to store exclusives. So they revealed, and at the time I'm filming this, they showed some of these during the panel, which we were not allowed to record. I am hoping that they release the panel images to us. They said they were going to, but they were supposed to be released back at 6 o'clock. As I'm filming this, it's now 9 o'clock, and I still haven't received them. So if I get them before I get this video edited and posted, I'll add the images into the video, but if not, then hopefully we'll get them like tomorrow. So just keep checking marvelousnews.com. But some of these were not actually on hand in the showroom, so I don't have images for you at the time of this filming, such as this Target 2-pack, which is going to include a Killmonger figure without the mask. And then also Agent Ross, who, if you've seen the movie, is the CIA agent, and he is in this movie, so we're getting an Agent Ross figure as well. And that's a Target exclusive. For Toys R Us, we've got they confirmed the Marvel Legend 2-pack, the Ant-Man and the Stinger. That is a comic book based. That was another rumor that has now been confirmed. Now we know the Vision and Scarlet Witch is coming because images of those, I guess the set showed up at a Toys R Us in British Columbia, as I understand it, but there's an image floating around. It's on Marvelous News, and so that is coming. Now Hasbro wouldn't confirm it. They basically are technically, even though most of this product is already hitting shelves, though it's not supposed to be. I think the embargo for all the Avengers Infinity Gauntlet stuff or Infinity War stuff is early March. So basically stores are putting this stuff out early. That's why a lot of this stuff is hitting on top of each other. You know, we're getting hit with 3 waves. We're not really supposed to be, but there you go. But they didn't actually have any Avengers Infinity War product on display other than the replica, the Marvel Legends series replica Infinity Gauntlet. But that was the only thing really Avengers Infinity War related that they actually had on display. Again, which is kind of crazy because most of this stuff is out on shelves now, but they still really can't talk about it because the studio would get upset. So, you know, basically corporate red tape, and we just got to roll with it. But anyway, so there's another, you know, there was also the rumored Thor with Groot and Rocket, which I'm guessing is probably still coming as well. But again, because that's movie related, they didn't have it on display today. But the one that they did confirm for us, the one Toys R Us 2-pack they did confirm for us is the comic book Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and Stinger, which is Ant-Man's daughter. The Sentinel, that set was confirmed finally, and I called it. If you caught my video a couple weeks ago, it is in fact just going to be a reissue of the Marvel Universe version, and then you're getting the Logan from Days of Future Past, and I didn't get a good look at it, but I think it is basically just a modified Old Man Logan, essentially. That's another one that hopefully we'll get images released of. If I don't have it for you now in this video, then hopefully in the next day or so. And that will be a Toys R Us exclusive. Okay, moving on to Walgreens. Walgreens, so we already knew Thing was coming, but they showed us a picture of Thing. He looks really sweet. Hopefully I'm able to show it to you in this video. If I've gotten the images, you're looking at Thing right now. If not, then you're just looking at my ugly mug, but take my word for it. It is a new sculpt, and it is very cool. It's huge, looks really big, and it's going to come with it's going to come with 2 heads. One is with teeth and one is without teeth. And then also they announced we're getting Silver Surfer. It is not vac metallized. I don't know what mold it used. I only saw it for a second. It looked pretty good in the image. He's got his board and everything, but I don't, you know, some of you have been asking specifics. I only saw it for 2 seconds. If I get the images before I upload this video, you might be looking at it with me right now, but if not, again, you're just looking at my ugly mug. Okay, and then finally, for the MCU 10th anniversary line, we already, you know, a lot of this stuff already leaked out. We already knew about the Captain America Civil War 2-pack with Cap and Crossbones. We knew about the Avengers Iron Man figure, first Avengers Iron Man, the Mark 7. And then revealed last night was the Iron Man 3-pack. That's the one with Pepper Potts. I told you I had heard rumors about Pepper being in this line, and turns out it's correct. She's wearing yoga pants, so that's what it looks like. Also, we're getting that Trevor figure. I told you that thing was going to show up, and here it is. And then also Hot Rod Iron Man. We're getting that one. And then other figures that were revealed, we're getting Tony Stark and the Iron Man Mark 1. That's going to be a Walmart exclusive. And all of these figures, it should note, come in a special packaging, and they've got artwork on the side where when you put all the boxes together, it creates this art mural. So that's kind of something special that they're doing. Oh, and that Iron Man 3-pack is going to be a Toys R Us exclusive. We're getting Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. That'll be a GameStop, Big Bad Toy Store, and Entertainment Earth exclusive. We're getting a Target 2-pack with a repainted Hulkbuster that looks much better than the original Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure, and also a Hulk, a new Hulk. Well, it's not a new figure, it's the Age of Ultron Hulk, but it does come with a new head sculpt. There's going to be an Infinity War figure in this series, but again, because they can't talk about Infinity War figures, that one was not shown. And then other figures they showed was a movie Red Skull figure from First Avenger and a Hydra Soldier, so that's definitely going to be pretty cool. We're getting Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man from the first Ant-Man movie, and then we're getting Thor and Lady Sif from the second Thor movie. And then to backtrack real quick, also they announced some more figures for the second wave of Avengers figures, basically the comic book based ones, as well as the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie figures. So that's got the Black Knight figure, which we had seen before, but that figure will have 2 alternate heads. And then also we're getting a classic Malekith and then, like I said, Ant-Man and Wasp from the second Ant-Man movie. And then the rest of the figures, I believe, in this wave will all be, I guess, Avengers, Infinity War, or at least some movie related. I guess maybe Captain Marvel, but something that they can't reveal at this time, essentially. Okay, so that wraps it up. Please go over to Marvelous News and check out high-res images for all of these, as well as ToyNewsEye.com and T-Formers and JediInsider.com to check out images of those other things I talked about at the beginning of the video. One other thing I want to note is with the MCU line, the 10th anniversary line, those for the single carded figures, those are going to be $25 each, so there is a price increase with those over normal Marvel Legends. The normal Marvel Legends are staying, at least for now, $20. Now, this is just my personal feeling, but I kind of get a feeling that maybe Hasbro is testing waters with this MCU line to see how well $25 Marvel Legend figures sell. I don't really see why these figures are $5 more than the normal Marvel Legends. I mean, they're nice and all, but you're really not getting terribly much more than what you would in a normal Marvel Legends. So again, this is just my personal feeling. There's nothing announced that there's a price increase. But what I want to ask you guys is, if they did increase at some point down the road, if they did increase the regular Marvel Legends to $25, would you guys still collect this line, or would that be too expensive? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, please like this video and hit that subscribe button down below. And also feel free to follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I've been making a lot of updates on Instagram and Facebook today. So, like I said, it's a good way to follow me, where I make quick updates if you are afraid you're going to miss something. All right, guys, until next time, I will catch you later.